guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Prisca Amollo, and today I have guests with me, my very good friends.
Hi.
Hello. So they are my good friends from college. We were with them in the School of Fashion. So today we are here to discuss a few things that are rarely discussed in the fashion industry, especially in the industry of made to measure, that is custom made, right? We are all doing custom made clothes, yeah. So maybe you can start with the introduction, probably with the years of experience, yeah, and the name of your brand and where we can find you on Facebook, yeah, on the social media platforms.
Hi, I'm Stella Escamilla. Well, I've been in the fashion industry for 7 years now. Wow. I started immediately I finished college. That's in December 2014. And currently, I run Escamilla Couture. We are on Facebook as Escamilla Couture. Escamilla Couture itself, this is the 4th year we've been in business. Before that, I had a partner. We were partnering together. We were still doing fashion, but as partners. So personally, I've been running my own brand, Escamilla Couture, for 4 years. And yeah.
Thank you, Stella. You can check her out as Escamilla Couture on the social media platforms.
Hello guys.
Hi.
I'm Ruth Wanja.
Yes.
Ruth Wanja has been in this industry for around 7 years. The same as Escamilla, we were in college together, as you've heard. And so far so good. I think after college I went and got employed for around 4 years. I got the more experience on this fashion industry. Then started mine in 2018, Ruth Wanja on WhatsApp and Facebook. Yeah, that's where I am. You can get me on that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
So as we said earlier, we are going to discuss topics that are rarely discussed in this industry. So there's one that I really want to start with. Yeah, Mafundi ni Waongo. Leo niko hapa na Mafundi. The notion of Mafundi ni Waongo. Yeah, so we are all going to contribute on that point and try to figure out why Fundis are called liars. They don't keep their word. You tell me, I'll deliver your dress by this time, you've not delivered. So, Ruth, what do you have to say about Mafundi ni Waongo?
First of all, mostly that's the notion with a lot of people, that Mafundi ni Waongo.
Yeah.
Why? Because many fundis take a lot of work and they cannot reach the timeline that they give the clients.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's good to be truthful. If you can't manage to do the work,
yeah,
at that certain time, it's good to communicate to the client and tell them maybe you can do it in another time, you agree, and that's making them trust in you more.
Yeah.
And making this industry be more trustworthy of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I think the issue usually comes, unajua, as my fundi, sisi sasa, the current generation fundis, we came and found the notion there.
Yes.
So what's killing us is the people who came before us. Because honestly, I think, kama myself personally, I usually try my best to make sure I meet my clients' orders on time. Yeah. But issues do come up. Yeah. Unaona, like maybe you fall sick. I'm human, I might fall sick. I told you to come for your clothes on Thursday. Yeah. Thursday because I'm sick, I'm not able to open the shop. Yeah. Or I fell sick early in the week, so I was not able to finish. You come on Thursday, I'm working on your clothes. You're like, oh, unaona mafundi wanakuwaga waongo ni nini? You see right now you've not delivered. Yeah. And then things like electricity. Ni Kenya
Yeah.
Power, manze. They mess us all the time.
Yeah.
So it's honest issues that
Yeah.
happen. And then, as current fundis, I don't think sisi hudanganya.
Yeah.
It's circumstances that make us
Yes.
look like liars.
Yeah.
So mimi, I don't agree with that. Fundi
Yeah.
ni waongo ama nini. Because personally, I work myself off to make sure
You
nimemeet
deliver.
target na
Yeah.
nimedeliver nguo ya client on time.
Yeah.
But juu wale wa kitambo alisharibu jina, who are we?
It is so hard. It is so. But that's the challenge that I also face because the fundis that came before us, they have already created that notion. So convincing especially a new client. Like I remember there was a time we didn't have lights for like 3 days. And every time the client would call and be like, we still don't have lights. We still don't have lights. It was like, you see, mi nilijua tu.
You won't deliver on time.
Nilijua mafundi ni waongo.
Yeah.
But the other thing that makes pia this fundis waito waongo is as a client, I come and I give you, the dress is 5,000 bob. I give you, I pay the whole 5,000.
5,000,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do? You don't know the difference of capital and profit. So you squander everything. Now you don't have money for fabrics.
Yes.
It is on Tuesday the client is coming. You start borrowing money. You start calling people, sina. Probably you get the money on Wednesday. What will happen? You end up doing a shoddy job.
Yeah.
A shoddy job.
Yeah.
Or you end up not finishing because things happened in between that Wednesday.
Yeah.
That dress ulilipwa 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
In between that period, umeshindwa kumaliza. The client is there.
Yeah.
My dress. I paid you 2 weeks ago. I mean, mafundi, tujue kudifferentiate profit and capital.
capital,
Yeah.
yes.
And know how to
Don't
communicate
squander
also.
everything. Yeah.
And learn how to communicate with the client. If
Yes.
you've not managed to do
Communicate prior.
to do the dress on time, you
Yeah.
just communicate with the client.
Yeah.
Tell them, don't come, don't waste your fare or
Yeah.
your resources to come.
Yeah.
And I'm not yet done. Come on a certain day when I'll be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I think
But
that would be wise.
speaking of communication, I started this job when I was very young. I was around 1920. Yes. And at that time, I didn't know that you can always communicate. I fell sick.
Yeah.
You can always so I would end up with a lot of pressure. I didn't know you can communicate and say, I have enough. Or I can't deliver on this day. I can only deliver on this day at this time. So, I mean, it's okay to call them.
Yeah.
Call the client. Unajua hata akikasirika,
You have
Even if
communicated.
at least
communicated,
you'll tell them, yeah, I didn't
Yes,
have lights.
transparency,
Yes,
yeah.
transparency.
Yes.
Very important. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think also on that note,
yeah.
I think it's important for us as designers
Yeah.
to have such discussions where
Yeah.
we get to be taught these things. Because you see, when I started my business, I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have anyone to tell me this is how you should go or this is how you should go. So you end up making a lot of mistakes. You take orders which weigh you down.
Yeah.
Oh
You remember
my
at that
God.
time, someone comes, it's on Monday, you pick an
Yes.
order. On Tuesday, you pick another order. On Wednesday,
Yes.
you pick another order.
Yes.
All this while, you're probably telling them to come on the same day,
On
and
the
you're
same
not
day.
you're not aware of it.
Yes.
So on the delivery day, you have like 5 clients coming to pick their clothes. So
Yes.
it's all messed up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Some of them are not done.
Eh.
The finishing is not done.
The ironing.
The ironing
Yeah,
is
not
not
done.
Poorly done,
So you
yes.
have a lot of work.
And they are coming in.
and they're all coming. Well,
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, especially if you are working. You're just yourself working. If you don't have any employees.
Yeah.
It gets very, very tricky.
Yeah.
And so it's also nice. You also, for us fundis, it's also nice you counter check on the days you've communicated with the client,
Yeah.
so that you make the addresses.
So something else that I want us to talk about is a best client experience and worst client experience. Yes, Camila.
so best client experience. I think for me, almost all my clients' experiences are usually nice.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have a specific one which I can say is my best, but I once did a wedding in 2016.
Yeah.
I have to say that was my best client experience because all the measurements were sent, like, you know, the measurements were taken in TZ,
Wow.
brought to Kenya,
Wow.
and the fitting was done a day to the wedding, and the clothes fit everyone.
Perfectly.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
That was, I think it has been my best because before that, unajua, mostly clients come in, they fit nini wanaanza kwambia ngo ni refu nini.
Yeah.
So I was usually very scared before. And then that time I took the clothes there, kila mtu alikuwa na fit, nguo yake inamtoshea, as in no one alikuwa na issue ati nguo yangu hapa ama pale, zip ati hapa imebasta. So that had to be my best. Worst client experience. So I think I have not had my worst yet because I think every season has its own share.
Yeah.
It does.
Each and every time, because personally me utrai sana nisikose client.
Yeah.
But unajua, as I said earlier, I'm human, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
So you will try your best, issue what you order versus what is delivered. Client ukujana simu anakuonyesha design.
Yes.
Mimi nitachukua simu niangalie design, I try and interpret what I see. Nikushonee nguo. Simu nitakushonea venye niliona. Client wacha akuje. Hey, mimi siko nataka hivi, sijui nilikuwa nataka nini. Wanaanza kuletea issue. Unaona, kama uko unaweza kushona hii ungesema. But personally umejaribu like your level best. Umetafuta fabric inafanana na hiyo. Remember, maybe nguo imeshonwa Ghana. Tuko Kenya.
Yes.
Fabrics are not the same.
Yes. Not the same.
I'm not
And
able
also
to
the
get
figure.
exactly.
Figure of the person.
Yeah.
The models akona hii shape.
Yes.
Wewe client akona
Different
shape yake.
shape.
I know.
Yes.
So wewe umejaribu your best.
Yes.
Hadi ile akivaa nguo from your own perspective unaona iko top notch. Lakini yeye anajiangalia kwa mirror anasema no, this is not.
There's something that I always say. Mu wanasema I cannot dress you up with a dress na bado ni kudress with self esteem. Bado ni kudress na self confidence. I mean, we deal with so many emotions, you know, and so many personalities.
So actually there's a time mimi I'd say my worst experience is once client alileta fabric shop. So ilikuwa kitenge. Unajua, alafu ilikuwa ni mix and match kitenge. You know, mix and match kitenge inakuwa ndogo. As in I don't advise people to buy them siku hizi because hiyo kitenge ukumess. Client anataka umshone maybe nguo upper part iko plain then chini iko pattern. Of course that time mimi nikakubali, nikajua hii material itatosha. Nikachukua job, nikakata, nikaanza kushona. Halfway through material ikaisha, the plain one. Kumbuka alichagua design, ukakubali. Mimi ninashona, ninaendelea, ikaisha katikati. Being the good fundi I am, mimi huyo mbio I went and bought fabric. Shida ni unajua when someone buys kitenge zupitana kidogo. So there was that slight difference. Mimi nikasema I did. Imagine ile sikuwa nataka kumdisappoint, ile isho tunakuja nguo unapata haijaisha ati material ilisha katikati. Nikabuy material, nikashona, nguo ikatokea exact. She came akafit, nguo ikamtoshea. Wacha client anze kuniambia, mbona ulieka hii nini hapa? Mbona ukuniambia nini? I swear, hiyo school I cried. Umeona? I used my own money. As in, ile unakuwa tu considerate, utaki kumkosea, unataka nguo yake ishe.
But it's also nice to communicate with the client to tell them this material
I have also realized sometimes being too nice they don't appreciate.
They never appreciate.
So una communicate.
It's always
but there are
nice
those clients who are for keep. Unajua, you know, there are those that hata umfanyie nini. They're not great.
So it's also nice.
You just communicate.
Can we get another one? Can you go an extra budget? Ama tu penye tulikuwa tumeongea tuweke a certain pattern, tuweke a different pattern, but it will make the same effect. I think that would work.
But growth,
Growth.
I know it was a learning point. So
it was a learning process. So
for me, I think the worst is when I was employed. I was not yet. I had not yet started. Mine have not had like the worst client experience, because I always advise. I you know, from the experience I got from my previous place of work, I learned how to advise a client according to their body shape. So if a design that she wants does not fit her body shape, I would advise not to work with it, and then I maybe show her a different design that can work with their body. So for me, I've not had that worst experience with my clients. But when I was employed is when we had done a wedding. It was a wedding, and then I was supposed to go and deliver a dress. It was a media personality actually, and
a media personality.
Yes,
somebody famous,
very famous. I won't mention names for now.
No mentioning of names.
So we had done a wedding, and then I was supposed to go and deliver the dress to her, and we had already laundered it. So meanwhile packing, you know, you are going to town, you can't go with the laundry, with the laundry paper, just hanging around in town, and you are walking from bus station to somewhere. So I decided, we used to have bags, so I packed in a bag. I folded it nicely. Yes, we had a branded bag. I folded it nicely, put in the bag, and went. When I reached the place, the media personality was, I think she was on air, I don't know. Because I tried calling her, she was not picking my calls. So I decided to leave it at the reception desk. So on my way back, also I had a client who was awaiting for me, and she was already at the gate, and my former boss was not near her. She had already traveled, so she's at the gate. I'm not there, I'm in town. I'm here to go back up to South B, and the other one is also calling.
Wow.
And very angry, and she was saying that the dress is not as she had expected. So my boss called me. The
design of the laundry.
The just, I think the whole packaging, yes. So my former boss was tried to inform me to go back and see what's the problem, because also she had not paid all the money. So I had to go back. And
wait,
then
you had already gone back to see them?
No. I was in town.
You're
halfway to up to bus station. Umeambiwa rudi mpaka uptown. Uko karibu university. Umeenda. Go back when uangalie, kwa sababu the client is so angry. Yes. So I went, and then it was an open office. So I found the client there, and then now introduced myself. And then now she was very rude, I would say. Wow. She picked the dress and she threw it at me.
Wow.
Yes. She threw it at me and told me that, I don't have time for ironing. Go and iron this thing nicely, and you make sure, because the wedding was next day, so I had to go back to South B, do the ironing, then go back to uptown and deliver it to her.
It was for a wedding?
Yes,
not for the shoot?
No, it was for a wedding.
Wow.
Yes.
The next day?
Yeah, she was a maid. She was one of the maids. So me, when I went, so I was so angry. I went hitting people's shoulders in town, very angry. So I went back to South B. Good thing the other client was a bit patient, and I went, found her there, and good thing her dress fitted perfectly, so I didn't have another headache altogether. So while looking at the dress, I was told like she doesn't have time for ironing. But when I look at the dress, it's already ironed. It's not even creased at all.
Wow.
So maybe I just did a little ironing here and there, and then now whatever I was avoiding, like carrying those laundry bags, I had to carry it that way. And then now I went back to town. Good thing I used another route to get there, and then I found that client along the streets. Good thing I found her along the street, and she had a male friend, so at least she didn't have that attitude. Just jaribia jina. That was the worst client experience for me.
That's what I'm saying, that we deal with a lot of emotions.
Yes.
Especially we are dealing with ladies.
Yes.
I know.
Maybe she was having a bad day at work.
You never know.
I mean, just ironing the dress and you're going for the wedding the next day. So ukifika home you can iron.
She didn't have the time. That was the issue.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But for me, I took it positively. You know, it's this industry. It's just every day is a learning process.
And patience.
Yeah. So you know, you learn how to be perfect. It's something you perfect very nicely, and But my best is you do a dress for a client and then it fits perfectly. They send nice photos with nice backgrounds. I think that's a tip for me. Yes.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now my worst client experience was when I was starting. Way back. Though I have had others, but I think this one I really remember it. Sana. So I had a shop somewhere huko Mathare. That's where I began. So there were two different clients who were coming to pick their dresses. So the first client came, she fit her dress, she was so happy, you know. She didn't want to remove the dress, she was just walking around the workshop. Then there was this other client now that came after this one, but this client that is so happy with her dress had not yet left. So she fit her dress. It's what you are talking about. Body. The dress was not bad, but from what she had chosen, the model was looking so good because the figure, you know, is always good. You know, our bodies change as women, which is okay.
Yes.
As we give birth, as we grow old, as you know.
Yeah.
Now this one was a picture of a young girl with this flat tummy, the hips
Tight
were
and right
popping.
everywhere.
Tight and right everywhere. So she was like, what is this that you made me? No, I think she wasn't coming to fit, she was returning it. Because the husband didn't like the way
my husband
But the thing, you know, my husband didn't like this dress.
Yes. Actually, those are usually my worst clients.
Yeah.
They come, pick the cloth, and then nyumbani.
Yes.
The next day,
before.
anakuja.
Yes.
My husband has said
They said they didn't like this part or this part is just looking. I mean, when I compare the design, it's not me, it's my husband who was saying. Anyway, they're the only people you dress to please anyway. So so she stood at the door. And remember, I have this client who is really loving the dress, and she's walking around the workshop. She stood at the door and she was like, and she was shouting, and people were even
starting together.
Yes, I was scared. I was scared for my life. But you know, as you're saying, we grow. You know. You know, nowadays I don't think there's anything that I cannot
you cannot
withstand. I don't think so. Even if it will stress me, it will put me down. I tell myself, Prisca, ikuweke chini kidogo, rudi kwa machine, continue. The people are appreciating your work. Si kila mtu atakupenda na ata-appreciate. So I can also say my best client experience. They are just those clients that you make clothes for. They even leave the house, they hug you. They even give you tips. You receive tips from clients.
Yes, we do.
Yes, like I didn't imagine you could produce this, or you just you go beyond their expectations. So we also have the good moments.
Very true.